think we're so much more fucking sophisticated, but we're not, because we're all being taken in by modern day advertising and marketing and promotion is on the ball, so in our heads that we don't remember that we're actually being brainwashed by what we're seeing. So there's a television program, it's called Mad Men. Have anybody seen it? I mean, I've never seen it. I don't need to see it, because the name is it all, isn't it? Mad Men. It's about advertising. It's about advertising in the 50s and 60s. It is brilliant. I don't need to see it because it just is exactly what I want to talk about. Madness, the madness of our cultural appreciation of advertising and modern day publicity and promotion. And we're not more sophisticated than my dad. We're just being taken in all the time and regurgitating this concept. And the concept is, kind of summed by so many different adverts. There's an advert at the moment which is for banks, and it's they're talking about, bringing banks to indigenous people. You've seen it. It's the most disgraceful fucking advert ever in the world. That they have an app for people, poor people in foreign places, so they can all get hold of their bank, so they can do banking. Exactly. I mean, it's unbelievable. We are exporting and bringing to these poor people who've spent the last 100,000 years without any bankers, and we're saying, oh well, unfortunately, you're going to need banking. And you need, not only do you need banking, but you need, our special app that is about, how to be screwed by a bank. I mean, it's just unbelievable, isn't it? And this is the way in which we believe our culture is so much more superior than anybody else. And it's a load of wank. It's a load of wank. I went and lived with, as I said, with a semi-nomadic tribe in northern Kenya. And basically, I made a documentary film with them, and I'd sit a lot of the time with the elders, and we'd sit and talk about the world and chew the fat. And they used to they came out with this great phrase: why don't you white people all just fuck off? And they got a fucking point. Why don't you white people just fuck off? And I think, so much interference. We're just so interfering and trying to get involved in other people's bloody lives. It's a load of wank. So I want you all communally to have a little curse here, please. I need you all to have a really respectful fuck off. 2, 3. Fuck off! Yes. And I was in a leadership conference in Hereford, and there was a talk given by this NatWest Bank bloke. Do you remember? And he was showing these triumphant PowerPoint slides of his year out digging fucking wells in sub-Saharan countries in Africa, and how wonderful he was. And he had pictures of him with a hard hat on and other little people with hard hats on digging deep wells. And there were these people, indigenous people from sub-Saharan countries who he'd not dug wells with, who were getting really irate. And then in the end, they had a word with him, and they took him to one side and they said, look, mate, we've lived in our lands for about 20, 30,000 years. We know exactly where the water is. We know exactly where the water touches the top and where it doesn't. The last fucking thing we need is a well, because it will destroy the water table. And those images which you lot are so addicted to of little black kids going 5 miles to the well to get the water and then coming back 5 miles are the ones that you created. You created by digging those wells. Get your fucking heads around that. Community, 1, 2, 3. Fuck off! I love it. I love it.